Welcome back. Let's get started with the ever-intriguing, never-ending politics of Rivers State. And those at the vanguard of it, let's bring in our guest. Darlington Nwauju is one of the spokesperson of the APC in Rivers State, as well as Ambrose Okpo, Chairman, National Youth Council of Nigeria, Rivers State Chapter. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thank you for having me. Good morning, Nigerians.
All right, Darlington, let me start with you. Now the pressure, the political pressure or tension is expanding in that sense. Before now, we've never had things at the national level of the All Progressives Congress. But now I said maybe the music, the political music is changing to a literal war song. Well, the war has been on in Rivers State as far as the politics is concerned, between Wike and similarly Fubara. But I want you to maybe respond to what has played out in the last 24 hours. Now, I think one of the rallies, I saw the video of Nyesom Wike talking about the 600 billion because Governor Fubara said he left 300 billion in the coffers. When the emergency rule was declared, after Bokete Bass left, he came and met 600 billion. And he's been having loads of visits, solidarity, and all of that. Well, Nyesom Wike, the FCT minister, has taken a swipe at some of those visits and visitors, and even saying that the 600 billion is what they are scrambling for. Well, the APC scribe, Mr. Bashiru, he said, no, we will not sit by and watch you talk to us the way you're talking to us. As a matter of fact, he's saying that the governor is now in the APC. If there was a decision, perhaps, not literally putting it that way, but me paraphrasing, whatever had happened between you and him, maybe when he was in the PDP, that's a different matter altogether. But now he's in the APC. We will run our party. You cannot be dictating and dabbling in because we can look at our records. You're not there. In fact, his last phrasing was the fact that Nyesom Wike should resign as FCT minister because it's causing problem for the APC-led government, and they don't want him to bring PDP problem into APC. How do you interpret what is playing out?
Well, clearly, I think that our national secretary has stood up for once. It's been a while we heard from any member of the National Working Committee speaking truth to power, saying things as it should be regarding the affairs, the runnings, the activities of APC in Rivers State. Do not forget that over a period of time on this platform and other platforms, I've made several complaints and allusions concerning the style of leadership of the past chairman of our party, the national chairman, the former national chairman, Ganduje. And I said clearly that there is no way the party can be attempting or making an attempt clearly to invite ant-infested firewood into the running of the APC in Rivers State without inviting the lizards. And so today, I am glad that we have been, our stance has been justified with the fact that our national secretary, who is in position to talk about, to churn out the policies of the All Progressive Congress in Nigeria, has made a very clear statement. Persons who are non-members of our political party have no business dancing around the All Progressive Congress in Rivers State. Persons who are non-members of our party have no business dictating to us how the party should be run in Rivers State. And so we align ourselves, we share the sentiments of the National Secretary, because this should be the position of the party as far as the APC in Rivers State is concerned. The APC now has a sitting governor in our midst. And by the force of our own very convention, by our own practice as All Progressive Congress in Nigeria, the governor automatically becomes the leader of the party in Rivers State. Do not forget that on this show, on the 16th of September last year, I had in fact invited openly the governor to join the All Progressive Congress. That was 2 days before the lifting of the state of emergency. And so there is no way that a APC member can be dictating to the APC how to treat or how to associate with our governor, who is now a member of our political party. So we completely align with the position of the National Secretary, which I think should be the position of the National Working Committee of the All Progressive Congress in Nigeria.
Let's take it to our next guest and bring your Ms. Ambrose. Let's talk about what you also make of what is playing out in Rivers State in that sense. In fact, I now hear a term called the Rainbow Coalition, what we refer to as the PDAPC. So Mr. Chukwuemeka, who is pro-Wike, and Mr. Ewo, who was pro-Fubara, have now, merged together and are now with Wike. And then Mr. Okocha, who has always been a loggerhead with people like Darlington, have always been with him. So he calls it the Rainbow Coalition. And now it looks like this Rainbow Coalition is causing too much wahala in that sense, as we say it in Nigeria, now that the APC is saying, they are simply saying, back off, with literally asking him resign through the national secretary. Go ahead, Mr. Ambrose.
Okay. Thank you very much for bringing me here. No doubt, the recent political rascality in Rivers State is indeed worrisome. And of course, I'm a youth leader, so I will narrow it down on how it affects the development of youths in Rivers State. The political rascality is getting tough every day. There is complete breakdown of governance, but so far, the governor of the state refuses to give ears or attention to rhetorics. Rather, he has been busy delivering the dividend of democracy to the Rivers people. Rivers youths are fixed in a tight corner where they are being used wrongly, fed wrongly, manipulated by these persons who are eager for power. Rivers State shouldn't be a place where all the time being a kind of a playing ground for politicians. So at this point, Rivers youths are actually tired of all of this and want true governance to play in Rivers State. So far, we all witnessed the recent, I don't want to call it campaign, that the FCT minister actually has been going around the 22 LGAs, talking down on the governor of Rivers State. There was a recent comment made by Victor Giadom against the office of the governor of Rivers State. And Rivers youth find that very, 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 very disturbing and insulting to the office of the governor. I know you didn't pick that, but I'm bringing that to your notice. Where Victor Giadom referred to the governor as so-called governor. I mean, that is the height of it. Other states have been calm. Political campaigns have not started. But Rivers State is heating up every day. So I think at this point, Rivers youths have also taken a decision to stand by the governor, support the governor, and ensure that the governor delivers the mandate that we have given to him, to the people of Rivers State. Timely.
So what does this mean in real terms when you say that you're going to be supporting the governor? We've seen the FCT ministers rally, as you said, and yes, we did refer to those words that were made, which is what has spiraled into this, because Senator Ajibola Basiru was responding to that, and then the FCT minister back and forth. But what does that mean in real terms? And that, I think that is one of the concerns that everyone is at daggers drawn now, the knives are out, and it looks like this might start heading to a place that we don't want it to head to. So what does that mean, this support, in the real sense? Does it mean, well, come what may, whatever it takes, you're going to support the governor, or is there a democratic way to go about this?
If I hear you clearly, you mentioned support for the governor, right? And I want to reiterate here that the support for the governor by Rivers youth has always been there.
No, pardon me. So let me reiterate my question. My question is, what does this mean, this support, what does it mean in real terms? It looks like everyone is at daggers drawn, the knives are out. We don't want this to degenerate. So does this mean, this support you speak to, does it mean whatever it takes, come what may, whether it is peaceful or otherwise, or is there a democratic way to support without it spiraling into violence? That's my question.
Yes. Just like we know we have a peaceful government. So the youth of Rivers State have been peaceful. As a matter of fact, the governor never wanted violence. So the support for the governor is organic.
Right.
It's organic without any form of distraction.
All right. I just wanted to...
That's why you see that the state is still calm. The state is peaceful, right, because the governor is still or continues to enjoy the support of Rivers people. Not just only Rivers youth, but Rivers people.
Okay.
That's why you see everywhere is calm and there is no violence of any kind or counterattacks from the part of the youth.
People have a right to choice. That is why it is called democracy. People have a right to choice. People must be allowed to decide who governs over them. You cannot make any decision anywhere on behalf of Rivers people, over 6 million Rivers people.
All right, Mr. Nwoju, let's bring in Mr. Nwoju. Let's bring in Mr. Okpo. Mr. Nwoju has talked about the agreement that has always been the issue. Agreement is agreement, in the words of Nyesom Wike. That's what he always preaches. We were not there in the room, but now we're getting to see and hear what those agreements are. At least these are the ones they want us to know, because I'm sure there are other agreements they will never tell us. Perhaps it's not in the interest of the public, it's just in their own interest. But let's look at those agreements critically. There is nothing binding, as Mr. Nwoju has said. There's nothing legally binding. As a matter of fact, the governor has a right of first refusal. But what Nyesom Wike is raising is the issue of sticking to your words, sticking to integrity, abiding by what you agreed to. So it's a question of morality, that twice now he's gone against what they agreed on. Isn't that a valid position to take, the political class, as far as this issue is concerned, driven by Nyesom Wike?
Okay, what kind of agreement are we talking about here? How can you reach an agreement with the governor at the detriment of the Rivers people? In what way would that agreement benefit us? When we are all in this stage, we have heard the FCT minister vow not to partake or disturb his successor. His successor, yes. And now you can see him fighting day and night. I don't think the governor of Rivers State is his personal governor. So you can't come to Rivers and impose an agreement, a kangaroo agreement.
Mr. Okpa, just a moment. Just a moment. Mr. Okpa, just a moment. If you can hear me, can you hear me? Can you hear me,
yes,
sir?
Yes.
Now, we're talking politics now. Just purely politics, without speaking for Nyesom Wike. He's made a point that similarly, Fubara was literally no one politically, and I don't think that is debatable. Nobody really knew him. It was the accountant general of the state, so he's what you call a political neophyte in that sense. Nyesom Wike brought him, and he said he did a lot of negotiation, trade-offs, to be able to say, look, let this guy run for governor, because there are other big politicians in the state within his region maybe the riverine area, who wanted the same position, but was able to prevail on them to say, look, give these people a chance, give this gentleman a chance. So in that sense, he played a key role in bringing bringing the governor rather, to limelight, to where he is today as governor. Now, that is his premise, because when people counter him to say, without speaking for him, I'm just bringing the logic here, because now people are saying, who is he to be deciding who is going to be reelected? Yes, the people, of course, the people are supreme in that sense. But he's talking about the role he played in bringing him in, and now this has happened. He feels he has a role in also deciding the future. I want you to look at the entirety of the context to make your submission.
Okay. In Nigeria politics, somebody must bring you. Somebody must recommend you. Somebody must support you for you to emerge. That's not a yardstick to enslave or subdue that person to remain within your control forever. The FCT minister was also brought by someone. The likes of the former governor of Rivers State, Dr. Peter Odili, played a huge role. Senator Bata played a huge role, and many other persons. So if he brought the governor, no doubt, he supported him, no doubt, he campaigned for him, yes. But what is the mandate? Is it for him alone or for the Rivers people? That's the question. So if you reach an agreement with him that is not palatable to the people of Rivers State, who have every right to say no, this cannot stand, because it undermines the well-being of the Rivers people, especially the Rivers youth. And that's why the FCT minister today has lost total support from the Rivers youth, total support and respect from Rivers youth, because he's overheating it. Every dancer has no one to leave the stage. Every good dancer has no one to leave the stage. Yes. So as a matter of fact, we don't think this will stand. You can't impose it. It's not enforceable either. So agreement, no agreement, and all of that, I don't think it's a point to even talk about, because as far as we're concerned, he has not told us that agreement. We don't even know the agreement. So we believe that this agreement undermines the freedom and the division of governance to Rivers people. So that's why it can't stand.
All right. Let's take it to Mr. Nwoju. My apologies, Mr. Nwoju. So right now, I can see Tony Okocha, I can see Chukwuemeka, I can see Mr. Ewo, all in the camp of Minister Nyesom Wike. But right now, the national leadership, through the national secretary, has been very blunt, straightforward, literally saying, back off, resign. If you're not comfortable, you're causing problem. We don't want problem here. We have a right to speak on our as far as the membership, leadership, and structure of our party is concerned, this is not a Rivers matter. But that kind of gives your group a leeway to be able to come into the fray. Have you been consulted in that sense? The reason I'm asking is because if the national leadership of the APC is now against Nyesom Wike, if the national leadership of the is now against Nyesom Wike through the national secretary, that puts Mr. Tony Okocha in some kind of a difficult position in harm's way. That should give you some leverage. So what are you doing to pick it up and to work with the governor in this sense?
Well, let me say this, that it is not just the statement by our able national secretary that actually puts Mr. Tony and his group in harm's way. It is not. It is in fact the 20th of December 2024 judgment of the Rivers State High Court that puts him and his group in harm's way. And so these are legal issues lying before the Court of Appeal Port Harcourt Division. And until it is dispensed with, we'll keep on pointing to the fact that, hey, you cannot stampede the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the very Constitution of the All Progressive Congress, which has mandated, clearly made provision for how you must produce as executives of your party at every time, and that these the tenures of these persons are democratically and constitutionally guaranteed. So it is not about begging or giving us any leeway. We have remained in our party, saying the same thing over time, and we believe that the truth must prevail. I said it earlier on. You cannot steal the community drum and expect that you can steal it forever. You must try to beat it one day. And by the time you try to beat the community drum, the community will come after you. So the constitution is clear. The judgment of court is abundantly and sufficiently clear. And so these are the issues, these are the nexus, or if you like, the plank upon which we have made arguments that, look, you cannot be dealing with persons who are unknown to law, persons who, at the end of the day, will put the party into trouble because whatever nominations they make on behalf of the All Progressive Congress will be nullified by the courts. And so it is what it is. And so we are not trying to massage anybody's egos at all. The National Secretary is on the right path with his statements and position concerning what is playing out in Rivers State APC. Because there is a governor who has officially joined the All Progressive Congress. And the party has every right to defend its own.
All right.
In fact, it will be irresponsible and even reprehensible for the party not to defend its own
governor. Let's wind down on this, gentlemen, because of time. Pardon me, Mr. Waju. I want us to wind down on this. You cannot rule out the influence of the FCT minister at both federal and at the state level. I mean, we all know these things and it's glaring. But I'd like to know where you prefer him to stand in all of this. Would you like him to just join the APC, be in your party? Is that something you would very much appreciate? Or you prefer him where he is right now, outside of the APC, somehow in the APC as well? Where do you prefer him to be? And that's for both of you, gentlemen.
Yes, to answer that question, the truth of the matter is that political parties are open associations, they are voluntary associations. Even the Supreme Court has said so. And so it is for any adult citizen of Nigeria, you have right to membership and is guaranteed under Article 9 of our party constitution. And saying if I prefer him being outside of the APC and other, a lot has transpired, and you all know this. And these are things that have been entrenched into the memory bank of every individual that has been a member of the party from 2014 till date. We know what has happened to the APC in Rivers State. And so it's difficult to accept certain kind of things. But our decision is that whoever decides to finally join the All Progressive Congress, because it's a platform, and you have all manner of persons with different ideologies coming in. So it's actually a marriage of convenience, if you like. And so, and people do not stick to ideologies. And that is why you see or you find the consistent inconsistencies with both their actions.
All right.
And
Mr. Waju, I think you've sort of answered that question. You've raised your concerns at the same time. You say it's free association. Mr. Okpor, finally, where would you like to see him play? Do you think he will be like a bull in a china shop, or the heavyweight that would improve the politics in River States, in the APC or outside?
Well, that's for the party. I believe if you want to join the political party, of course, it's free. It's a free entry. So if the FCT minister plays in, joins the APC, that's okay. So if he also wants to stay outside and run APC, I don't know how possible that would be.
All right. I think we can anchor at this point. Jeffrey.
Well, thank you both. Rivers is always an interesting conversation, and the coming days will absolutely be interesting. So we're on the lookout. Our eyes and ears are all over the place. Darlington Waju, He's one of the spokesperson of the APC in Rivers State. Ambrose Okpo is the chairman, National Youth Council of Nigeria, Rivers State chapter. Gentlemen, thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. From here, we'll take a break and come back to somebody we are very sure where he is. It's not uncertain where he is right now. We'll be bringing him in just a moment. Stay with us.